Vivo X80 Pro. This is the camera king that was promised to us mobile photography freaks living outside of China. So many different lenses, so many different fun modes to shoot with, close with very well designed body. I can't deny I was very much excited to try this phone for a very long time. So what were my first impressions? Was the hype real? Stick with me and we'll find out. Let's start with the hardware itself. Recently I've switched from Samsung S22 Ultra and you can say a lot of good and bad things about this phone, but the build quality was just pristine. And I'm happy to say that Vivo is in the same league. The backplate, which is slightly matte finish, isn't as slippery as a lot of other phones, and even if you'd like for it to be a bit more grippy, there's always a case included with the phone, so that's a really good addition. Other than that, I wasn't the biggest fan of the design of this island that we see in the back at the beginning, but I must say it really grown on me. It's a static island, not a dynamic one, but it really serves a great purpose of being a really useful selfie mirror if you would like to take a selfie using the better sensor. So it is a great design after all. And the performance in creativity apps like Lightroom or in games like, for example, Genshin Impact or Apex Legends Mobile is really great. I haven't seen any slowdowns, any overheating issues, any issues whatsoever, to be honest, especially compared to Exynos-based S22 Ultra. So I am very much satisfied with what this phone has to offer. And it really has a crazy fast fingerprint reader. I mean, it's the same league as S22 Ultra, I must say, but what's even better than at Samsung, the face unlock is really fast. I mean, I turn it on and it's almost instantly unlocked. I don't know why, but Samsung's approach on face unlock isn't really useful, at least not for me, and I barely use it. But in this one, it's, of course, in good lighting condition, feels more or less like a Face ID when it comes to speed. When it comes to operating system, though, it's a bit more complicated. It comes with FunTouch OS 12, based on Android 12, and don't get me wrong, it is crazy fast, but there are some things that bug me with it. For example, Material U, the phone supports it, and you can set the color theme based on your wallpaper, but it doesn't really give you too much. The only apps that it's working are some basic Google apps or Google Keyboard or animations. It has a lot of animations, but I feel that despite them being really smooth, they are not consistent. You have different animation when you're plugging your charger. You have different animation when you're plugging your wireless charging, or unlocking with your fingerprint, or unlocking with your with the face lock. It doesn't look too good, and even the settings app. The main page of settings app is really nice, but whenever you go into some sub-menu, you can find just basically black and white wall of text without any indicators, without any icons, and it is really tough to navigate sometimes. The OS is also kind of buggy. For example, this is the only device that I have that suffers Wi-Fi dropouts, or yesterday I launched the one-handed mode, which has a really terrible activation gesture, but I was not able to turn it off until I restarted the whole device and I've played around with the display scaling. Or even the icons. I set the icons to be more rectangle, but every time I install a new app, it has a circular icon and I need to change the device back and forth again for it to look like it should. When it comes to sound, it has really loud stereo speakers, but the quality isn't as good as it was on the S22 Ultra, or especially on the Fold 4. And pretty small thing, but I think it has a terrible ringtones. Okay, but let's talk about the most important thing on this phone, being the cameras. It offers a really nice set of lenses. High megapixel ultra-wide camera, high megapixel standard wide camera, which offers really nice natural bokeh, 2x gimbal stabilized portrait telephoto, and 5x optical telephoto. All those lenses offer a really impressive usable set of focal lengths to play around with. And the camera software is also impressive. It has a lot of very creative modes like long exposure, astrophotography, supermoon, Zeiss natural color mode, or for example the Pro mode with full DSLR-like settings that you can operate with. Although, can we call it a perfect smartphone camera? Sadly no. For example, a lot of pictures that I took with it had a strange blue tint over them. The Zeiss natural color mode can sometimes look like a very washed out photo. Also the level of details. When it comes for binning the images from high megapixel sensor, it's not as good as I'd like, and even it can sometimes be challenged by a 3-year-old Pixel 4 XL device. And for example, the 5x telephoto that I was really excited about has only 80 megapixel sensor, and you can see taking a deeper look on those pictures, especially those taken with the RAW format. Okay, I think that's pretty much it when it comes to my first impressions. So were the expectations too high? Maybe a bit, but I can't help but feel a bit disappointed. Not strictly in the cameras themselves, but within the whole package. And I think that Vivo needs to work on their FunTouchOS to make it more consistent and user-friendly. But right now, I feel it lacks something. And Samsung's One UI has it, Google's Pixel UI also has it, and yes, it's reliability. And please don't put 8 megapixel sensors on your next device. Surprise! Yeah, sudden change of scenery, but the rest of the video was unusable, but maybe that's for the better, because what I really wanted to say right now is thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like, and if you would like, please subscribe to the channel. This is just the beginning of my YouTube journey, so if you have any constructive feedback, don't hesitate to leave it in the comment section. And in the meanwhile, stay amused. Thank you.